What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. That's it. You guys are really fucking hung up on these YouTube notifications and shit. Intro music right now. My shit's just like really stupid, pretty much perpetually. But you know, I'm trying to make it work here. I got fucking great sleep. I don't remember it. Hopefully, you can find some other reason to live besides my videos, because they're going to be a whole bit underwhelming and disappointing sometimes. Yeah, the yo-yo-yo is basically like fucking music. It's like Satan's music to the ears or something. It's special child's music to the ears. Ugh. Fighting through highway traffic. Duking it out here. Shit. You know what I was thinking about was I was thinking about the like how different, like the parallel thought and construction that the state predates on people by. And the interesting thing about it is that pretty much all such cases, the civilian side of understanding is like a completely not only like rational framework for like how they interpret it that works to fool them, but it really exposes that humanity has heart. You know what I mean? And then the state's parameters for how they, you know, the state basically, like, which isn't a person, like the state is like you know, it's a structural being, an abstract being. It like predates on the human condition, you know, of being like flawed and you know, emotive based, pathos based. It predates on that, and it kind of simulates the same thing to suggest like how people should look at things, and then people like buy it because they don't understand it. They think of like the fucking state is a teddy bear. So one of the things that's like that are showing war dead. So like when you go to war and your troops get killed and the state tries to not show it at all. Like they don't want to show it. They don't want to show any dead GIs. They don't want to show any dead Americans because it's bad for morale. You know, that's like one end of it. Inside of the services, it'd be bad for morale. Like the state, you know, obviously they don't want to show people, and the reason why is because if people saw it, they would just be like appalled. Pretty much no matter what and no matter what time. It doesn't matter if we're talking like World War II or World War I or Vietnam or the Iraq War or any of that shit. If you saw what was like, if the general public saw what was actually happening in engagements and stuff, they would just be like so disturbed that they would just be like, this is not good. This is like, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, and that is the actual real reason that the state doesn't want to show like actual fucking like, you know, they'll show like limited footage. They'll show like bombs blowing up from really far away, and they'll show like clips of fucking. Sometimes they'll show some dead bodies, but even that is not the full extent of it, right? Like they don't show like what happens to the bodies. They don't show like how the bodies get picked up off the ground, like where they get trucked to and where they end up, you know, like the whole process of the things that like people have to witness that are actually there on both sides of whatever conflict we're talking about. Like, they don't see any of that shit. They don't see the like people that have to like continue living that were affected on both sides. They don't show that. They'll do like a little fucking 60 minutes blurb on it to try to like say like you gotta the troops fought for you, so you gotta fight for them, and they'll interview like some kind of war widow that will go along with like promoting the whole thing. But they don't show like, you know, that's kind of like set up. They don't show her fucking crying at night for fucking years. And they don't show the kid growing up without a father. On either side. You know what I mean? So it's a very limited display of what they'll show. And they don't want to show fucking, they definitely don't like showing like dead fucking soldiers, I'll tell you that. They really try to avoid it. It's always a huge deal. Like, it is always, every single time that somebody goes out there to one of the wars, like while the wars are going on, and then shows dead soldiers, the fucking like, everybody had a fucking heart attack. They're like, oh, like, you're so fucking unpatriotic for showing this. Don't show this. Like when the guy died in fucking, when the little team, there's a team that got ambushed in Niger, you know? And then they fucking, somebody like released the helmet cam footage, and then like everybody's like freaking out. And there's like, you know, I mean, you've got like fucking prior service people and stuff writing blog articles about like how, you know, it should or shouldn't be seen and all this stuff, and like it affects patriotism, it affects morale, and like all this shit. Like, the fucking American people should be able to see any motherfucking thing that they want from the fucking military. It's not your own little personal operation that you're waging a war like for your own fucking personal benefit. You are doing it on behalf of the United States. They pay motherfucking taxes to even fucking, if they even want a military. If America was free, as it's supposed to be, and if they decided they didn't want a fucking army, then you'd fucking zip and fucking disappear. Because you don't, you know, like, you're there at the fucking pleasure of America, theoretically. Now, obviously, the militaries all serve the fucking world government now. They have no fucking relation to the will of the American people anymore. Other than the fact that, like, we send our kids there, and so we obviously care about troops. They're our children. So it's like, obviously, like, I'm not saying that, like, fuck the troops. I'm saying, like, you know, obviously the troops are not, like, they have no fucking choice where they go. All the fucking militaries are obviously under control of foreign fucking government, and they just slap a little American flag on there, and then we give some generals some paychecks and tell them to talk about how much they love America while they go around fucking, like, basically setting us up for fucking failure, and setting us up for the world to hate us and build up a giant multi-generational resentment against us, so that we get the brunt of it later in our children's generation. But besides that, they don't want to show fucking people getting killed, soldiers getting killed. The Niger video, when that came out, it was interesting because of the helmet cam technology aspect of it. So, like, helmet cam footage gives you a lot closer perspective as to what, you know, I mean, it's really not even close to reality, but it's a lot fucking closer than, like, a static camera just, like, sitting over a battlefield, like, looking at little ants or something, or, like, drone footage. And, you know, like, if you haven't seen the Niger footage, basically it's like a small team gets ambushed in Niger. Like, they're obviously, you know, I mean, I'll put it this way, there's some fucking problems with the situation that get them into big trouble, and they all get killed. And then, like, you know, they get killed, and then, you know, obviously, like, the ambushers, like, come up and they just start, like, shooting the people's faces off after they're already dead. And, like, shooting fucking, like, RPGs at their bodies and stuff, blowing them the fuck up, and it's on the fucking helmet cam footage. And so that's why people get That's why people get fucking upset about it, because that's what's real. That's what like really goes on, you know? Like the people that got killed in the beginning of the Iraq War on the roof and got their you know, like they were, I don't even remember what the unit was or what the situation was, but there's like, you know, in the beginning of the Iraq War, some troops got killed and then the fucking guys' bodies got like, you know, desecrated and shit. That's just how it goes. That's how it fucking always goes. And even if that's not happening, it doesn't mean, I mean, just getting a shot is desecration. Like you're fucking blowing apart, ripping apart fucking body parts and shit, and like people have to get closed casket funerals because they look so fucked up and fucking like, I mean, there's some people that are really soft in civilian world that like have never seen the inside of like a human face, or it's also very disturbing like when you see a face torn apart or something, you know, like when people get shot in the face and stuff, like a fucking like, it's like you can recognize the image of a man or a woman or whoever it is, or a child. You can recognize the human aspect of it in the flesh, like what's supposed to be there, and then it's just like destroyed, and then it forces you to reflect on how vulnerable you are and how soft you are, and like you're not, you know, you're not fucking tough. Nobody's tough. Ain't nobody fucking tough. And it forces you to fucking think about that when you see that stuff. And for like normal people, like for me, that's really humbling. For a normal person, although I don't like it, I don't like seeing images like that, but it is, I do think that it's like fucking important if you're fighting a fucking war and everybody's paying money into it and they're fucking basically stealing your resources to pay for it. You should know exactly what the fuck is going on, so that if you don't like it, you get upset enough to get pissed off and stop it. The whole reason that they're trying to keep you from like seeing images is because they don't want that to happen, because they're like, they want the war to continue. They don't want you to get pissed off enough to stop it. That is why, ultimately. I'm gonna put in a lipper here. Oh wait, this water. It's just one of those, it's like, you know, like there were some dudes that were, oh man, that's not big enough. Stand by. Pulling out the reserve dip here. All right. There were people like for the fucking the fucking video, you know, like any of them, it doesn't matter which one. Like they were playing in World War II about like jihad videos of dead jihadis and stuff. Any war they complain. And it's because it causes people to have a fucking change of heart. Like when you see fucking kids that look like they're like the people that you see every day, and then you see how fucking fucked up they're getting, like they're just fucking getting eviscerated, you know, in like wars, because that's what happens in war. And you see that shit and you're like a fucking soft ass civilian, and then you're just like, you know, you fucking look at it and you go, I don't know if this is worth it. That's because it's fucking not worth it, because if you're being fucking tricked and they're fucking stealing all your shit and just fucking sending you off to fucking get slaughtered to push their fucking expansion of the fucking world government. That's, I mean, practically, you know, like, of course, all wars are kind of fucked up that way, but like they're generally are economically motivated, or a tertiary byproduct of an economic push. You know what I mean? Like something to do with economics, whether directly or tangentially, and all the economics are about getting everybody under the fucking yoke. That's all it's about. Get under the fucking yoke. Somebody else talked about Niger. How does such an elite force get ambushed like that, especially with their drone tech? So, the people that get fucking, you know, got killed in Niger, like, now, you know, I guess I don't know the specifics. I can tell you right now that those people did not have enough training for what they're getting into. So they're making some serious fundamental, like basic fundamental mistakes, and they really didn't have the weaponry to be doing what they're doing. Like if you're going to be rolling around in like soft skins and shit in like a small unit formation, then you basically want every single one of your fucking soft skins to be like a fucking porcupine in terms of 7.62 out the ass. Like you basically want like belt feds in every direction. And if you took fire like that, you better have like, you better just be fucking, it should just sound like a fucking range stick of gunfire in terms of their response to it. But that didn't happen. It was very like meek and sporadic gunfire, which is not the way to repel a like fucking far ambush, which is what that was. Although it might have been complex, like they might have, and by complex, they just mean like general L shape is what it looked like. And they were also not digging in, which is, and I don't mean this like I'm not like fucking like quarterbacking this shit. I'm just saying like, my point is that there were just basic fucking fundamental errors that were made, unfortunately, that like certainly got them into the physical conundrum that they were in, that obviously leads to like bullets reaching you and fucking killing you. And so whatever it was, like I know they had, I don't know what the deal was. I know they had SF in it. They had this fucking special operations kit in vehicles and shit. I kind of doubt that they were special operations, because I don't think, or if they were some kind of like support element or something that wasn't getting, not doing a lot of fucking like react to ambush training and shit. That's basically what that should have looked like. If it was like, and again, this is not, I'm not like I fucking feel sorry for those dudes. Okay? This is not like, I'm not like shitting on them, okay? This is just, I'm just saying, like, if you're looking at well, not doctrine, but just people that are like used to that shit, theoretically, like in training and shit, and in experience, basically what that should have looked like, once you have like two guys left, they're basically gonna use their fucking fingernails to dig a little 2-inch hole, and they're gonna get flat as fuck, and they're just gonna be like fucking like shooting constantly. Like, that's all it is. Like they're just gonna be like looking for fucking dots, being like holding dead still and not moving one fucking little bit, and they're just gonna be fucking like shooting. That's what it would look like. Like once you got two guys left, like you're just gonna, you can't fucking push, you can't fucking like push through, what you would do for a near ambush, because you're still dealing with like, it's probably like over 100 meters in terms of the engagements, like up until a point of time when they're getting like actually killed. So you can't like push through. Push through would be like when you just go through there like a fucking Mel Gibson in the fucking Braveheart. They're like, this is more like, you get small as fuck, and then you're just fucking extinguishing your ammunition like as effectively as you can on targets. And if you gotta fucking be a little quiet so that they don't draw fire on you, then you do that. But they should have been shooting a lot, and that's not what's happening. Let's see. Yeah, somebody says that the audio was edited, which I'm sure that's true. Yeah. So Detective John says, I feel like death in combat used to be an aspect of everyday life up until a few generations ago. We've been watered down to the true reality of life and the nature of it. And I agree with that. Like, I think that the fucking, like, the reality is that, like, people need to be aware of how fragile we are and be just like, it's okay to be fucking like sickened and disturbed by violence, and like for it to be fucking like it fucking bothers me. I do not like seeing, like, when I see people get hurt, I think about like their kids and I think about God. You know what I mean? Like, I do not like that shit, but it is important, like, especially when you're in a fucking, like, we've been in a war since fucking 9/11. You know what I mean? This is the longest war in U.S. history. It's one of the longest wars in human history, and it's retarded because it's entirely fucking gamed and controlled. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. Like, you guys should be out. You guys should have fucking burned down everything already. You know, but you know, like, surprise, surprise, they made everybody in all the powerhouses, like in the cities, they made them all fucking brainwashed idiot zombies. They don't even give a fuck. They don't care about fucking anything. That's why it doesn't mean anything when you hold up a banner that says, we support the troops. It's like, you know, don't really, you know? Like, fucking America does not fucking support the troops. They don't give a fuck about them, and they'll fucking send them off in any meat grinder. It doesn't matter how stupid it is. And the American citizens are not watching fucking troops' backs. They're not fucking... They have no balls, and are not fucking like nobody is fucking causing a scene to try to stop fucking wars when they break out. They're just everybody's all on board, and they wait until they have to tiptoe back, like, after the fact, after it fucking surprise it was a fucking bad idea, and then they fucking walk backwards and they're like, oh, I was against it all the time. It's like, no, everybody just ate the fucking MSM sandwich as soon as it starts, and they pull back afterwards after they realize how fucked up it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be too critical here. I think this is fair, right? And I'm putting myself in this, right? Like, I'm including myself. So this isn't like, I'm not like, I'm saying that, like, as a people, like, the American civilians are, like, they're in error a lot. Like, we're in error of not fucking fighting off the tyrannical government, which is our only fucking responsibility, just to fucking stop tyrannical government per Constitution. It's the only fucking responsibility that we have. We're more concerned about, like, are you wearing a fucking COVID mask? Are you walking on the fucking yellow fucking lines in the fucking grocery store and wearing a COVID mask, and you're doing social distancing? Like, everybody fucking cares about that. Nobody gives a fuck about, like, having a country. Nobody gives a fuck about, you know, fucking, like, being concerned about troops getting sent into fucking endless wars in places that you don't even know. Like, most people I don't even know all the places that we're probably in fucking war in, you know, like in small, like, little ass intensity conflicts. I probably don't even fucking know, you know? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, if I lived in DC or something by now, I'd be in fucking prison, because I'd be, like, out there protesting all the time. I mean, I live in Missouri, so there's not really much I can do out here. If you live close to it, you could, you know, put some pressure on. But you know, it wouldn't even matter, right? Because you'd just be the only guy out there doing it if you did. Because nobody gives a fuck. It's just kind of a shitty situation. Okay, hang on one second. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. And see if hopefully my battery doesn't die while I'm in the stream, because then what happens is, oh shit, my shit's gonna die. Okay, I gotta cut this off. You guys have a great day. Fuck. Oh shit, now I can't see. Have a great day. I love you. My battery's gonna die. I love you. Bye.